Rolex, the timeless icon of luxury and hefty price tags, is now making waves with a surprising new twist in the scene. Welcome to Opulent Oasis, where today we're kicking back and chatting about the Rolex market shakeup. It used to be that Rolex flipping was just a hobby for a few savvy collectors who'd buy these coveted watches not to wear, but to resell at a profit, thanks to their scarcity and soaring demand. But now there are rumors that the heyday of snagging easy money from Rolex flips could be on its way out. Are we seeing the end of quick flips for big bucks? Tune in as we dive into what's really going down in the Rolex world. Make sure to subscribe to stay in the loop with all the latest updates. Now, if you're the type who loves a good hustle, especially with Rolex watches, it might be time to take a breather and hear us out. You see, Rolex flipping has been the buzzword in luxury watch circles for a while now. Think of it as a high-stakes game where people snap up those slick, often rare Rolex watches and sell them off quickly to turn a tidy profit. However, buying a luxury watch just to resell it is hardly the most admirable reason. It tends to upset the brand's true fans, messes with the market, and takes away from the genuine collectors who've been waiting patiently. And lately, this trend of flipping Rolex watches for a quick buck has been all the rage, but the landscape is shifting, and the stability of Rolex flipping is starting to wobble. First off, we'll take a stroll down memory lane to see how Rolex flipping became such a big deal. Next, we'll catch the current market vibes, but heads up, there's a lot changing, and it seems like the days of easy flipping might be fading. But don't stress, we're going to reveal what's driving these changes. Lastly, we'll explore whether this trend might make a comeback in a new form, or if the flippers are throwing in the towel for good. Take a moment. Why not join the Opulent Oasis community by subscribing? Stay updated with our latest content. Now back to our chat. Over the years, Rolex flipping grew from a niche hobby into a full-blown industry. Collectors would grab these watches not for their own collections, but to flip them for quick profits, riding on their rarity and surging demand. But that is until the pandemic really shook things up, especially in the watch market. With everyone hunkered down at home, online shopping became more than just a hobby. It turned into the go-to activity. Luxury items, especially Rolex watches, were in the limelight like never before. Suddenly, the demand for these top-tier timepieces surged, with people seeing them as symbols of status, so much so that some were willing to pay above the sticker price just to flash that luxury on their wrist sooner rather than later. But here's the thing. Snagging a Rolex directly from the store was already a tough game pre-pandemic. Apparently, Rolex has a knack for keeping certain models scarce, fueling an incredible hype around them. Limited availability meets high demand, the classic recipe for frenzy. Now let's delve a bit deeper. You see, the real game changer here was the drop in interest rates. When the pandemic hit, central banks slashed rates to jumpstart the economy, a noble move, but one that set off a chain reaction across various sectors, including luxury watches. With lower interest rates, people felt more comfortable splurging, and just like that, the demand for luxury watches shot through the roof. It's a classic case of financial cause and effect, with Rolex right at the epicenter. Now here's where things get really intriguing. The fear of missing out is a huge driver behind this whole Rolex frenzy. Many buyers aren't just looking at these watches as stylish accessories, they see them as serious investments. Certain models can turn into gold mines over time, especially if they become rare or highly desirable. And let's not forget the internet, which has made it a breeze for watch flippers to find buyers all over the globe. More eyes, more potential buyers, and naturally, more money. Now let's move on to the present. Things are starting to shift. Interest rates are creeping up, aiming to cool down those sky-high prices on just about everything. This financial twist might just rattle the luxury watch market, making buyers think twice about where they drop their cash. While there's been some movement toward stability, there's still plenty of dust to settle, and yep, even the prices of those swanky luxury watches aren't immune to feeling a bit of a pinch. However, there's more to this story. We need to talk about the concept of price because it's key to understanding what's been happening with Rolex flipping. Have you ever heard of arbitrage? It might sound fancy, but it's all about making money from price differences, like buying something cheap in one place and selling it for more elsewhere. It's basically a low-risk way to make easy money. This concept perfectly explains what happened during the pandemic. Rolex watches were being sold in two main places, official stores and the resale market. Same product, different prices. This gap created a golden opportunity for some slick arbitrage moves. When the pandemic hit, the price differences between these markets were like flashing dollar signs, offering a chance to cash in big time. And because of this, more people jumped on the Rolex flipping train because of this. But with more players in the game, competition heated up, prices got messy, and profit margins shrank. Now everyone wanted a piece of the action. Snagging a Rolex from the official store at retail price and flipping it in the resale market seemed like a no-brainer. As long as people were willing to pay a premium in the resale market, the game continued. But then, something shifted. People weren't willing to shell out crazy amounts above retail anymore. Instead, they played it cool and opted to buy directly from legitimate sellers. This situation had folks excited, with long lines for a chance to buy. But suddenly Rolex prices started dropping. What used to be a pretty safe bet in flipping Rolex watches turned uncertain. Now there's a risk of losing money instead of making a profit. This unexpected twist has even hardcore collectors rethinking their strategies. And here's where it gets a bit worrying. Rolex prices are falling fast, even without a major economic crash. The big concern is if the economy takes a hit, those prices could plummet even further, making people reconsider flipping Rolexes for the long haul. But as if things weren't already complicated enough, authorized dealers are now stepping in to crack down on flipping. These dealers, the gatekeepers of the Rolex world, are tightening the rules on who gets to buy these prized watches. They're rolling out stricter purchase policies to make sure the watches end up with true enthusiasts rather than opportunistic flippers looking to make a quick buck. The days of scooping up multiple Rolexes at once and flipping them for a hefty profit might be coming to an end. This move by authorized dealers adds a whole new layer of complexity to the Rolex flipping scene, signaling that the era of easy scores might be winding down. What we're trying to say is, predicting the future of the market remains highly uncertain. Those eyeing the flipping game are moving with extra caution. Obviously, time has definitely changed the Rolex flipping landscape. There are so many factors at play. Rolex producing fewer watches, changing consumer preferences, economic ups and downs, and shifts in shopping habits. Flipping used to feel like striking gold, but now the game has flipped due to these price swings and the unpredictable market vibe. People are now double-checking before jumping into the flipping business, and it feels like the road ahead is getting more uncertain. Now here is the question. Did any of these revelations about the changing dynamics of Rolex flipping catch you by surprise? Which aspect left you nodding in agreement or scratching your head in disbelief? We would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Thank you for watching the Opulent Oasis, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.